think that Reed will be given an opportunity to be successful. Clearly, if you listen to Rockets Summer League coach Garrett Jackson, they're talking about certain things they want him to work on in terms of being a leader, creating opportunities for others, attacking the paint, touching the paint, making the pass, working defensively. A lot of those things you would want from a backup point guard, right? But one thing that's interesting to me is that based off of where the Rockets are currently in their cap structure and everything, and with Nate Williams, his contract situation, there is a good opportunity that the Rockets will give him a chance halfway through the season, and then maybe add a player into that open vacant spot. They'll have a 15 spot open. They can add a vacant player out of the buyout market or somebody else who can be a guard who can play that backup role if they need to. That's my thought process here. I think the Rockets will give Reed every shot, but halfway through the season, if you're struggling or there's an injury and Reed's not stepping up, you're going to have to be able to bring in someone, and then you have an open roster spot to be able to do so while staying within the cap restrictions the Rockets do have. So that's my thought process, where I think that, yes, Reed has a chance, but it's not a season chance. It's that, hey, you have an audition in Summer League. Show us that what you're doing in practice, what you're doing in the weight room, because he even mentioned he's working on his physicality. Have that translate into not necessarily points, but translate into, hey, are you making the right reads? Are you making the right decisions? Are you playing with speed and pace? Are you setting up your teammates? And then when training camp comes, hey, can you beat out Aaron Holiday? Can you play alongside Fred VanVleet and have two smalls on the court with your three bigs that you're probably going to have playing with them? He has to translate these instincts and these things that we see onto the basketball court. I think he can, but it's just a matter of, if it doesn't work out, you leave yourself an option of bringing in somebody from the buyout market to be able to play some minutes on the team that's going to need some good backup point guard play.
100%. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation too.
I'm glad you called on me. I have been clipped out of context a lot of times, so we were going to clip this. Clip this. Please clip and post this.
Y'all please do.
I want everybody who was on the TL panicking, fear-mongering, oh my God, they're about to start trading away everybody. Shut up. like stop talking, bro. Like, you heard it from the general manager himself. That's not what they're about to do. They're not about to just come in and start fire selling young players to build this contender around Kevin Durant. I think people think that the Rockets are just in like Kevin Durant mode, and it's just whatever he wants, whatever makes the best sense for him. And like, that's not the case at all. And if that was the case, they would not be, going into next season with as much faith in Reed Sheppard as they are going into right now. They have illustrated, not just, in this clip of, Rafael Stone talking. Kelly Eco has done several articles this summer where they talk about how Reed's going to have a role. They're going to expect a lot from him going into next season. That's not the case if they are like, we're going to blow this thing up and just start trading away guys for, this veteran here, this veteran there. Like, that's not happening. So like, we can relax, bro. Like, they got rid of Cam Whitmore because we just aren't on the same timeline as him. It just he wasn't going to be happy being DNP'd every day. It happens. And then Jalen Green got 4 years. 4 years to show us that he's better than a throw-in for a Kevin Durant trade, and he just wasn't that. So, you had the opportunity to get Kevin Durant, you made the move, right? It's I think those are two very like self-explanatory moves that do not evidence that this franchise is about the panic button or the build around KD mode button. Like, that's not about to happen at all. And I think that, like I think Brad said it, I'm super high on Reed Sheppard. I love the pick when we made it. That was the guy that I thought that made the most sense for the Rockets going into the draft. So I was glad that we were able to get him. I was not discouraged at all by his rookie season. I figure that's kind of more or less the par for the course for undersized rookie guards. And, considering also we were in a situation where he wasn't able to play through his mistakes on the court, he kind of had to play through them in practice and watch from the bench. So I wasn't discouraged by his rookie season at all. I'm still very high on Reed. And I think, like somebody in the comments said, isn't it too risky betting on Reed to step up, even though there's nothing we can do about it anymore? Like, for me, it's like we're asking Reed to, like I said, be good in 15, 18 minutes. Because Fred's still going to play a lot of minutes next year. Let's
he will.
Let's get that out of the way. Fred is not about to go from, I think it was like, 35 minutes last season? He's probably still going to be in that 30 to 34 range. I think Amin Thompson, who's going to be like effectively our shooting guard this season, I think he actually will lead the team in minutes this year. I think he's going to play like upwards of 35 minutes himself. So like, there's not that many guard minutes to begin with. We're asking Reed, like I said, to be a competent a backup guard in 15, 18, maybe 20 minutes a night, right? Like, and That's not some super difficult job. It's not some super high bar. If you didn't believe in him to even do that, you shouldn't have drafted him number 3 overall. Like that's he's not that guy then. So